Let's get one thing clear. SNAP is not a handout. It is a lifeline.
Dr. G. Real stories, real people. Unpacking the struggles, reclaiming the narratives with Dr. G.
Hello family, welcome back to All Things Immigrants and Society here on Dr. G. I know it's been a little while since our last episode in this segment, and I want to thank you for sticking with me. This space is where we explore real life intersection between policy, community, and the everyday life of immigrants in the United States. And today we're diving into a topic that affects hundreds of thousands of lives and families in the United States, and particularly here in Minnesota. And what is happening right now is not just a policy shift. It is a crisis for many immigrant households, working families, and our broader communities. And so let's break down the facts and what it means for real people like you and me. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, share your comment below if you are affected or if you know somebody who is affected by what we're going to talk about today. SNAP.
Dr. G. Real stories, real people. Unpacking the struggles, reclaiming the narratives with Dr. G.
You'll be surprised to know that in Minnesota, over 440,000 people rely on SNAP to eat, to survive, and to live. Now, for those of you who may not know what SNAP is all about, it is the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Commonly, you must have heard about it. It's called food stamps. Now, as of November 1st, SNAP cards are sending shock waves to families, to grocery stores, to farmers market, and entire local communities. And so here is what you need to know about why SNAP matters in Minnesota and who it truly serves. Every single day, a Minnesotan on SNAP uses about $5.46 to cover just their basic food needs. That's not extra, that's not luxury, that's just enough to get people by every single day. And yet, this support is Minnesota's most effective tool to fight hunger and poverty. Now, in an average month, SNAP supports 152,000 children, 72,000 seniors, 52,000 adults with disabilities, and over 60,000 households. We're talking here about families who are working hard but still cannot afford enough for their meals. And you'll agree with me here, hunger doesn't discriminate, and neither does SNAP discriminate, because it meets people at their needs. It meets people where they are. And if you've been following social media lately, there's a whole talk about which population benefits most from SNAP, who does SNAP benefit most, and who is excluded from the benefit of SNAP. And with all this talk about immigrants coming in to take from us, benefiting this, that, oh, SNAP only benefits the black people. Let me shock you. Across Minnesota, SNAP benefits reflect the diversity of the state, with about 53% of SNAP beneficiaries being white, followed by 26% being black, 8% being Asian, 5% being Native Americans, and 5% of Hispanic descent. Now, these are not just numbers, these are our neighbors, which is why I detest all the racial slur and the racial differences that are propping up on social media in the wake of something so devastating in the fabric of America. We're talking about our neighbors, we're talking about our family members, we're talking about our friends, our co-workers. That senior who lives down the street, who may not have something to eat the next day. We're talking about our children, we're talking about our students. And so decreasing SNAP funding puts Minnesotans of every race and class in jeopardy. And communities of color, even though they already face high food insecurity, they'll definitely feel it the hardest. And here is something people often forget. 45% of SNAP recipients in Minnesota, they live outside the metro area. That's right, nearly half. This goes to tell you that rural hunger is just as real and sometimes even worse, because food resources are fewer, stores are further, and sometimes even access to these stores are limited. And so SNAP fills that gap. It gives our rural families an opportunity to survive a day, and it gives our rural grocery shops and farmers a steady supply of customers. Now, here is what you need to realize. This isn't just about food. It is about economic impact. Because every $1 in SNAP generates about $1.5 in local spending. That's income for farmers, cooperatives, corner stores, and retailers in every corner of the state. In 2022 to 2023, $1.1 billion was spent in SNAP benefits in Minnesota, boosting jobs and strengthening our communities. And so what happens if SNAP gets cut? You see, cutting SNAP is not just a budget decision. It is a moral decision. We must agree that it is a moral decision to keep people surviving on that food channel. It's not just about a budget decision. It's not just about a political talk. Let's not water it down to Democrat, Republican, white, black. This is a moral decision. And the ripple effect is massive. Families go hungry. Children struggle to focus in school. Seniors will have to skip meals just to afford medication. And what about the small grocery stores, the farmers market? They will lose vital income. And so that is why we cannot let this happen, not in Minnesota. We have to speak out. We have to stand up. We have to come together to save SNAP in our state. And so I urge you, speak up for SNAP. If you believe no Minnesotan should go hungry, now is the time you speak up. Contact your local representative. Share this video. Check your neighbors. Check your co-worker. Check your sister, your brother, your uncle, your aunties. And remember, hunger doesn't always look like poverty. It looks like your co-worker. It looks like your classmate. It looks like your kid. It looks like your grandma, your grandpa, that elder in the street, your neighbor. And so I'll tell you today, SNAP saves life. And so let's not cut off the one thing that thousands of Minnesotans depend on to live. You must speak out. Share this video, like this video, drop your comments below. Let's talk about this as loud as we can. Check in on your neighbors, check in on your co-workers, check in on your auntie, that elder down the street who might be affected and not know what resources are available for them. This is a time for us to come together as a people, a time for us to come together as a common human race to check on each other, a time to drop our political cards, a time to drop our racial cards and check on each other genuinely. And this is a time when if you are in need, there's no shame, because there are local food banks, there are churches, there are community networks that are all willing and ready to help in moments like this. So there's no shame. It's not a time for you to feel like your pride, your ego is getting the better part of you. No. If you are affected by this cut, if you are affected by this change, please swallow your pride and ask for help, because we need each other now more than ever. It's not about politics. It's not about race. It's not about white, black. It's about real families, real neighbors, real friends, real co-workers, aunties, uncles, elders in our community who are going without food if this is not addressed urgently. If you have any resources that you can point people to, if you have any resources that you can help people with, please come out and help people. Help your neighbors, help your friends, help families. Because to some people, this is all they depend on. This is life for them. If you can drop something in the collection boxes at the supermarkets, at the door on your way out, drop something. If you can go to church and drop something, drop something. This is a time when we come together under what unites us, our common humanity. And so it's not a time for us to bring out our differential cards. It's a time when we bring out that which unites us as humans. And I see a lot of videos, a lot of comments on social media. People are taking to the streets, people are taking to social media to start accusing each other. You know, white people, black people, accusing everybody. It's about the politics. It's about the Democrats. It's about the Republicans. That's completely nonsense. Because this is not just about a policy update. This is a wake-up call. So when we play politics, when we pull out what makes us different from each other, this is about a wake-up call of what can happen to our neighbor, to our community, when a simple thing like food stamp is tampered with. This is the lifeline for so many people. And so when you think about it as a policy thing, when you think about it as something that is political, you're making a mistake. Yes, it's affected by the politics that we have, but so what? We have the problem now, and we have to take care of each other. We have to face it head on. You know, the one thing that's real is hunger. Hunger is real. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter who you vote for. It doesn't matter what you wear. It doesn't matter who you are. Hunger is real. And it doesn't make any sense for you to fight too hard, struggle so much just to have a meal in the world's most wealthy country. And until next time, I'm Dr. G, and this is how we lift each other up with truth, with care, and with action.
Dr. G. Real stories, real people, unpacking the struggles, reclaiming the narratives with Dr. G.